Hello guys, welcome to my channel Mystery Recap. Today I am going to explain 2017 an American fantasy and romantic movie called The Shape of Water. The movie will focus on the story of a woman named Elisa Esposito. She was found abandoned as a baby with wounds on her neck by the side of a river. In addition, she was born mute and throughout her life she communicates through sign language. By 1962, during the Cold War, Elisa works as a cleaner at a secret government laboratory in Baltimore, Maryland. She lives in the apartment above a movie theater to live her routine life. Before going to work, she takes the time to meet her friend who lives next door named Giles, who works as an illustrator. As usual, she goes to work by taking the public bus. At work, she also befriends her co-worker Zelda Fuller, who chats with her every day. The secret facility is under the command of Colonel Richard Strickland, who has just captured a mysterious creature from a South American river. He then takes the creature to a Baltimore facility and orders Dr. Robert to learn more about it. The next day, Elisa meets Richard while she is cleaning the toilet with Zelda. At the same time, Elisa sees the blood stain on the stick that Richard was carrying earlier. Not long after, Richard suddenly suffers a cut on his hand, which causes him to lose a lot of blood. Therefore, the security officer immediately orders Elisa and Zelda to clean the laboratory where Richard had the incident just now. While they are cleaning the lab, Elisa accidentally finds Richard's severed finger. Because she is curious about the mysterious creature, she approaches the tube and discovers it is a humanoid amphibian. After a while, the security officer comes to the lab to take Richard's severed finger. The following night, Elisa secretly returns to the laboratory to confirm what she saw yesterday. This time, she sees the creature tied up in chains in the artificial pond. Out of pity, she gives the creature a boiled egg. Surprisingly, the creature accepts the egg and then carries it into the water. Since then, she begins visiting the creature in secret almost every night. In fact, she brings a vinyl player to play music beside the creature's pond. She also explains the sign language to him while the two form a close bond day by day, until one day their actions are spotted by Dr. Robert from afar. Because of that, Dr. Robert immediately sees his Russian associate to tell all the information about the amphibian man. It is revealed that Dr. Robert was a Russian spy named Dmitry Mozenko. He also informs that the creature has the potential to communicate with humans. The day when Elisa wants to meet the creature, she sees him chained up while enduring the pain. When she wants to help him, Richard suddenly enters the lab. Luckily, Elisa manages to hide in the other side of the lab. Meanwhile, Richard immediately tortures the creature by electrocuting him until he faints. Shortly after, General Frank, who works for the government, also comes into the laboratory. He is eventually persuaded by Richard to vivisect the creature for a US advantage in the space race. On the other hand, Dr. Robert does not agree with them, planning to keep the creature alive for further study. After Elisa overhears the Americans' plans for the amphibian man, she persuades Giles to help her liberate him from the facility. She feels that the creature understands her and accepts all her limitations. In the end, Giles agrees to the plan even though at first he refused to help her. In the meantime, Dr. Robert meets with his associate to discuss a plan to kidnap the creature. However, his boss orders him to kill the creature instead by injecting poison into his body. Before starting her plan, Elisa prepares an escape path while Giles is changing his identity into a worker at the facility. One night, Richard is observing Elisa from the CCTV because he is not sure that she was mute. He tries to harass her. Fortunately, Elisa is able to escape from his office. On the other side, it can be seen that Dr. Robert prepares the poison for the creature. He later learns of Elisa's plan after she secretly changes the direction of the CCTV in the laboratory. When Elisa wants to free the creature, Dr. Robert suddenly appears in the lab and says that he has changed his mind to kill him. He then helps Elisa to escape by putting the guard to sleep after Giles is nearly caught in his disguise. Though initially reluctant, Zelda also becomes involved in making the escape successful. When they get home, Elisa brings the amphibian man into her bathtub from the next few days. Furthermore, she plans to release him into a nearby canal when heavy rain will allow access to the ocean. Soon Richard interrogates Elisa and Zelda as well as the other workers, but he still learns nothing from them. Back at the apartment, Giles falls asleep after he painted the amphibian man. As a result, the creature comes out of the bath and then devours one of Giles' cats. Later, Giles is very shocked and so is the creature. Startled, the amphibian man accidentally slashes Giles' arm and rushes out of the apartment immediately. When Elisa returns home, Giles asks her to find the amphibian man. Apparently, the creature gets to the cinema room downstairs before Elsa finds him and returns him to the apartment. After that, the creature touches Giles on his bulging head and wounded arm. Amazingly, the next morning, Giles discovers his hair has begun growing back and the wounds on his arm have healed instantly. In the meantime, Elsa continues to develop her romantic relationship with the amphibian man every day, culminating in sexual intercourse. General Frank unexpectedly arrives to Richard's office and tells him that he has 36 hours to recover the amphibian man, or his career and life will be over. Meanwhile, Dr. Robert is told that he will be extracted from the US in 2 days. When he goes to meet his associate, Richard secretly follows him from behind. At the rendezvous, Dr. Robert is shot by one of his associates. However, Richard is turned out only shoots and kills both Robert's associate but also shoots him after realizing that he is a spy. After that, Richard tortures the dying Dr. Robert into revealing specifics on the team, which broke out the amphibian man. As a result, he learns that Elisa and Zelda are implicated. Later, Richard threatens Zelda at her home. At first, she insists on keeping it a secret, but ultimately fails after her husband reveals that the creature is in Elisa's apartment. With the information, Richard goes to Elisa's apartment straight away, while Zelda telephones Elisa, warning her to release the creature as soon as possible. Arriving there, an enraged Richard ransacks Elisa's empty apartment until he finds a calendar note, revealing where she plans to release the amphibian man. Back to the canal, Elisa and Giles are bidding farewell to the creature. Unluckily, Richard arrives there and immediately knocks Giles down. While shooting both the amphibian man and Elisa, fortunately the amphibian man quickly heals himself and slashes Richard's throat, killing him. As the police arrive on the scene with Zelda, the amphibian man takes Elsa and jumps into the canal where he heals her in the water. When he applies his healing ability underwater to the scars on Elisa's neck, they open to reveal gills like his. Instantly, she jolts back to life and the two embrace. Giles conveys his belief that Elsa lived happily ever after and remained in love with the amphibian man. The movie ends here. Thanks for watching. If you like it, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel.